did I have,
We are live. We are absolutely direct. She sells with Jessica Aniela Kolbusz, who is a sales enablement leader who helps professionals win by increasing revenue through identity-based selling, the inner identity shift. She is a natural coach who has a flair for coaching and mentoring clients far beyond what the job entailed. With her certifications in neuro-linguistic programming, hypnotherapy, and emotional freedom techniques, she has the toolkit to help people realize their potential at a lot faster rate. Welcome to She Leads, She Sells to Jessica. How are you doing?
I'm doing excellent. Thank you so much for having me, Jay. I'm so excited, beyond excited to be here. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you, Jessica. So let me know, who's an ideal client for you? Is it an individual doing 6 figures, a company doing 7? Yeah, let's lean into who is ideal for you.
Yeah, sure. I'm working with professional, really high achieving professionals that really want to make an impact in the world, business owners, their teams. What I solve is a unique, a problem. So I specialize in relationships and money patterns. So everything's a relationship, right? A relationship with ourselves is the most important relationship, and relationship with others, how we see money, how we create money, and so that will allow usually it's the high achieving professionals. They're making 10 a month or more, and they want to up level. They're investing in systems. They're investing in strategies. They're investing in marketing. They're networking, but they're not meeting the right people. They may be investing in ads and all these things. I meet so many people. I just met somebody just recently before we got on this call that she's investing in marketing systems, ads, paying, over $1,000 a month in marketing, but she's not getting the results. So I work with them to identify what is your current operating system. Everything's an operating system, right? So if you want to create more in your life, first you have to identify what is causing the sabotaging your success in your relationships and your business. So it's an operating system. It's like a virus in your computer.
Okay, now that makes sense. And what do you do for people that keep on chasing strategy? Like, strategy is the key element there. So how do you help people to get the clarity to find out what's missing?
Yeah. Well, at first I ask a list of questions, all about asking the right questions, right? How long has this problem been happening? And most people are unaware that they're operating from an old system. So I have they created a inner identity shift. The inner identity shift has been about my journey. So I came from corporate sales.
Okay.
Yeah, I was award-winning, travel the world. I was always in the top 5 in the country, number 1 one year, and made all the trips. And it was very, very successful, but my relationships weren't. So I went on to uncover, how did I get here? Why am I so successful in my career, but I'm not successful in my relationships? I don't know if you met a lot of people like that, where they're so successful in one thing, but they're not successful in their relationships.
100%. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So what happens is, why can't you have it all? So we're taught when you're younger, I'm like, yeah, you can't have everything you want. Yeah, you're going to have to sacrifice someplace. But why?
Mm.
Why? No, we don't.
Yeah.
No, we don't.
Yeah.
That we were told a false truth. Just like time heal. You ever heard this phrase, time heal all wounds?
Yeah.
That's actually a complete lie. So what heals the wound? What causes? First, you have to uncover it, right? And that's the process of uncovering what's unconscious, becoming conscious. So it's through my journey, uncovering what was unconscious within me that was causing my disruption in my relationships, sabotaging all my relationships, right? And these were old, outdated patterns. It's an operating system that we're born into, unfortunately. And once you're able to identify these old systems, oh my God, it's the first step is awareness, right? The second step is removing them and really getting to the root and removing them. So I use different tools that I got certified in. So when I was in corporate sales, In 2013, I had a terrible boss. I didn't like what I was selling. I didn't like what I was doing. And I'm like, how am I attracting like these types of bosses? What?
Mhm.
And and that mirrored my relationships, okay? And what I didn't understand, and it started to affect my health and actually started to affect the way I show up on my business. So, and I was doing mentoring on the side that I desired full time as a business. So, how do I go from an employee mindset to an entrepreneur? So, I hired a mentor. I said, God, I need a mentor. I felt like I didn't want to go to another company. I already been almost 20 years in the business. I said, I knew I was meant for something bigger than myself, and I always wanted to make an impact in the world. And literally, I had a higher calling. And I said, okay, I need a mentor. She showed up 2 weeks later at a coffee shop. We divinely sat next to each other. She was an acupuncturist, a coach. She shared how she left corporate to start her own business. I was like, wow, when can I start working with you? I started working with her, went on a retreat in Hawaii. That's where I made that big life-changing decision. I fired my boss. I
Mhm.
moved to Florida. And that's where I got certified in NLP, hypnotherapy, EFT, and that's where the journey started, really, to uncovering these old patterns. And I was able to like get to the root of these patterns because I had some childhood trauma that I suppressed,
Mhm.
that I was not ready to actually open up and heal from. So when I became older, when I moved to Florida, I uncovered it. So I was able to heal those old wounds. See, time does not heal old wounds. So, I mean, imagine childhood wounds that kept on repeating over and over and over again until I was ready and mentally ready to actually face it, heal from it, and create a new identity. So that's how the inner identity shift happened, is through my own empowering journey to get where I am today.
Amazing. Let me know in terms of what does sales mean to you? Sales, yeah.
Sales is all about building relationships. I call it business development. So, building relationships, nurturing that relationship, and it's all about being in alignment of that relationship. So, most people are not aligned to the right clients. Most people are unaware of what kind of clients they want to work with. What kind of experience do you want to have working with these clients? So, and it's using, it is the psychology of sales, but it's not using manipulation tactics, if you know what I'm saying. So it's just being in alignment, meaning like, what are your core values, right? It's like my core values, I have what's called the Tiger system.
Yeah.
In that Tiger system, that means transparency is so important to me. And right up front, if a person is not transparent, I know they're not my client.
Mhm. Yeah.
If a client's not a person of integrity, if they say they're going to show up at an appointment, they show up. Right? They hold their appointment. They're accountable. They're respectful. And that creates trust, right? Transparency equals trust and growth, right? Someone that really wants to invest in themselves or always investing in themselves. If they have a problem investing in themselves and they've never invested in themselves before, then they're not my client.
Wow.
So also a person of empathy, right? Person that really, really wants to create excellence in their life. They want to really live to their full potential. They're
Mm.
ready, they're ready to actually, they also help empower others,
Mhm.
right? They have this really, a person of compassion, empathy, and they lead that to empower others.
Wow.
So, and the last thing is resilience, a resilient mindset, right? To always, no matter what happens in life, you're not going to just give up.
Mhm.
You're not going to give up on your dreams, your goals. You're going to keep on really aligning and really having that that really a spirit of resilience, really like not giving up like a tiger, right? A tiger doesn't give up.
Mhm.
They just create new strategies, a new mindset. They kind of maneuver, they do things differently. They don't do things over and over again. They shift, they learn, and they create new strategies. Not just new strategies, a new inner identity.
Wow. Powerful.
Yeah.
No, thanks for sharing that. Tell me what your dream is in terms of in the last quarter. In the next quarter, who would you like to impact? Like, yeah, what would you like to do? Who would you like to help and impact?
Yes, great question. Thank you so much for asking. I'm in the midst of starting a new program. I kind of revamped all my programs. It's going to be called the the inner identity shift program. So it's shifting in 90 days. You're a completely new identity.
Huh?
When it comes to sales, when it comes to aligning to the right clients, breaking through that next ceiling of income, and having better relationships, attracting really power partners, collaborators,
Yeah.
people that you want to create multiple streams of income. A lot of my clients that come to me not just get what they want, they get more than they ever imagined. They feel they actually their old dreams that they thought could never materialize actually come back to the surface and say, "Oh my God, this is possible. I
Wow.
can do this."
Yeah.
And opportunities show up because they come up, they have this powerful clarity and like magnetic confidence. Now they open up new doors of opportunity they never once had
Yeah.
or never thought was possible. Now
Uh-huh.
they can see the dots now connecting. Now
Uh-huh.
they can see it as possible. When you see something as possible, it becomes reality. It
Uh-huh.
becomes your new reality.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm creating. It's going to be like a hybrid program. It's not just because you can't really work in just groups and get that powerful shift. You have
Yeah.
to have that one-on-one connection because everybody has different patterns.
Yeah.
And not everybody
100%.
wants to share everything in a big container with all these people. It's like they feel, it's you want that really special connection with a one-on-one. And then in a group you can align together, be accountable together, align together, really help each other grow and expand and really reach the next goals.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that. Let me know what you're reading right now. I'm guessing that you might have read this book or you might know of this
X
book.
is easier than 2X,
Yeah.
Dan Sullivan. No, I haven't read that yet.
Yeah, it's a very interesting book, actually, like leaning into making impossible goals. And if you make an impossible goal that's 10x, there's only maybe 2 or 3 paths to get to the impossible goal. But when we're leaning into just a linear goal, then there might be 100 paths to get there. And so having that type of goal is much more important. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure. What are you reading right now? And what's the insights from there?
Actually, I'm finishing up a year program, so I'm not actually reading right now. I'm actually
Okay.
doing
Okay.
a lot
Yeah.
of doing at the moment. I just finished my business plan. I'm rebranding not kinda. I am rebranding myself at the
Okay.
moment. So I have many more certifications under my belt.
Mm-hmm.
And many more tools I can really solve more problems. But what I'm passionate about is solving a relationship problem and a money problem.
Oh,
So a
wow.
money pattern. Really, because a lot of people that I align to, they have these either they're at 10K, they want to up level to a 20K month, a
Mm.
30K month and upwards. And they're not getting the results. They're investing in system marketing strategies, and that I'm really passionate about that. On my future, I'm going to be creating retreats. Uh,
Wow. Okay.
yeah, so that's another thing. Another thing I'm going to be doing is moving to Florida, back to Florida, in a different place on the West Coast. So I'm doing a
Yeah.
lot of doing at the moment. I have done a lot of inner work to get
Mm-hmm.
to where I'm at right now, like all this clarity and which creates confidence because I actually know where I'm going and the how is showing up. So it's like you can have multiple hows, like you said. But which how does your soul align to?
Wow. Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not your conscious mind.
Hmm.
So it's not like, let me strategize and figure out which one consciously will align to a fastest route to success. What is my fastest route to success? I'm all about fast, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
Quantum leaps, quantum shifting. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what this inner identity shift is about is quantum leaping to your new identity. How to
Yeah.
bring that future identity now. What are your habits? What your new belief system is
Mm-hmm.
and really adopting that. So that's what I'm actually creating at the moment for others in a group setting. And also aligning myself by doing these groups to Florida. I want to
Perfect.
impact more people. So, and that's what I'm really passionate about right now.
Amazing. Let them know how they can get in contact with you and who you want to connect with specifically.
Sure. I love to connect with high achieving business owners and professionals that either want to up level their career, up level their business, but they feel like they're investing in strategies and systems, but they're not getting the results.
Okay. Okay.
So those are the type of clients, and they could be women entrepreneurs, men I also work with, but I mostly work with women
Okay.
since I am a woman, but I do have worked with men as well. I'm open to that too. So I solve a problem. It's not working with a specific type of like sex, female or male, but it's really solving a problem. That's what I solve. So, and how you can reach me is either through my email, which is hello@jessicaaniela.com, or you can reach me through social media like LinkedIn. You can find me on LinkedIn. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram. So those 3 places you can find me. And my website, jessicaaniela.com. Very easy.
Amazing.
www.jessicaaniela.com.
Jessica, thank you very much for your time. I can tell you're a brilliant coach, and that's what we like to have on this show. Only the best of the best. And, thank you for sharing your insights. Dzięki, as they say in Poland. Yeah.
Dziękuję.
Yeah.
Dziękuję is thank you, and proszę, you're no problem. Thank you.
No worries. Okay. Thank you ever so much, Jessica.
Thank you so much, Jay. Thank you so much, and I'm excited for your next guest. You're excited. You're meeting some amazing people.
Amazing. Thank you, Jessica.
Thank you.